What is Taoism, or what was it? How may it be defined? Perhaps there is not, and never has been, anyone able to define it with authority. To certain Chinese scholars, Taoism meant the philosophy contained in a couple of volumes, almost 2,500 years old, bequeathed to posterity by the sages Lao-tzu and Zhuangzi, together with the surviving fragments of the teachings of Yang Zhu and a handful of fellow philosophers who also flourished well before the Christian era. To most ordinary Chinese people, Taoism meant teachings covering a great range of occult practices, alleged to have originated with no less a person than the Yellow Emperor, 3rd millennium BC, and the three immortal ladies who advised him in skills both mystical and erotic. To yogins steeped in the arts of rejuvenation, prolonging life, and achieving one of several kinds of immortality, it meant both of these, together with the teachings of Liezi, Guo Hong, Guo Po, Wei Po Yang, and other sages and masters of the secret internal alchemy who appeared in successive dynasties. To mystics seeking union with the sublime Tao, it meant the esoteric aspect of the teachings of both the philosophical and yogic treatises, assuming that the distinction sometimes made between them is valid. To the bulk of Taoists, it meant all these things together. I accept the view of this last group, and have endeavoured to do justice to all aspects of the heterogeneous yet elusive body of learning and practice called Taoism. "Oh," exclaimed the scholars, "you are surely not going to profane the name of Taoist by giving us a lot of fanciful talk about gods and demons?" That, dear scholars, depends upon your point of view. First, if you arraign that approach as unscholarly, permit me to recall that the Tao Te Ching, a classic which enjoys your high esteem, contains the words, "Get rid of the wise, discard the learned, and the people will benefit 100-fold." Second, one should bear in mind that Mr. Lu Kuan Yu, a modern interpreter of Taoism, whose wisdom and erudition are well known, prefaces his work Taoist Yoga with a dedication to his God Father, the deity Bei-di, ruler of the northern heaven, from which it follows that even scholarly men may believe in gods and demons. However, out of deference to the learned, I shall give Lao-tzu and Zhuangzi first place in this preview, all the more willingly as I admire them immensely and must confess to having little reliable information about the Yellow Emperor and his three immortal ladies, who preceded all other known Taoist sages by a couple of thousand years. For having flourished 4.5 millennia before we were born, they belong to what is generally described as the legendary period of Chinese history, concerning which facts are sparse. The philosopher Lao-tzu, the aged master, was, according to the historian Sima Qian, born in Hu County in the state of Chu in the 6th century BC,